So that takes us to an in-game event that is, you know, in the current game, in the live build. Not everything all week has been, every content creator has been alpha, alpha, alpha. Let's not forget the live build. The continuation of the ADAMASTRA. This specifically was the Hesperus and the DREDGER ships. Now, first off, as we discussed last week, there's a mystery patron. There's somebody in the game that is sending you missions to go uncover stuff, and they've got a cool little spy nickname. I'm gonna try to not spoil too much, but you know, we talked about it last week and gave our thoughts of who we think it is. Now let's talk about the event in game, what actually happened. First off, very cool event, much props, much love to Frontier for pulling this in. It was cool and it's keeping things spicy in the live game. However, gotta say, typo in the message in the fucking beacon. This has been a reoccurring theme. Like the last ADAMASTRA event, there was a typo in the message on the thing. Like, guys, no offense, but fix your shit. If you're putting out a live mystery for your people to play, quality assurance test it. If you have a typo in your fucking beacon message, that shows that you were too lazy to actually look and see if it was correct. That's just yikes. And as Down to Earth in the comment section, he's watching us live and is saying here on YouTube, there's too much brute forcing in some of these. Lately, it seems like Frontier has two modes on their mysteries. The first mode is it's solved within a half an hour. The second mode is it takes 4 to 5 days to fix because they couldn't fucking quality test their shit, and they put out a mystery with a typo in it that you can't solve until they fix it. And unfortunately, in this particular case, the way that they went to fix it was a community manager was watching the canon Discord where they said, this doesn't make sense. It gives us like bad info. We think this is bugged. And Zach, a community manager at Frontier Developments, responded on the canon Discord and said, whoops, we screwed up. Here's the correct message. This will allow you to finish the mystery. Okay, here's the problem with that. You didn't fucking update your own forums. You literally went to Canon and gave them the correct answer so that they could figure it out first. Now, I want to be clear on this. I am not calling out Canon. This is not their fault. They didn't have to, but I want to credit them. They went and updated the official Frontier forums within like, I don't know, whatever, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, in under half an hour. They shared the information that a community manager gave them only with the whole world to try to make it sort of fair. Like that was very, very kind and very, very egalitarian of them. Canon, Interstellar, you know, they deserve much love and much respect on how this entire process played out. But the community managers who don't fucking bother to update their own forums, like, here's the proper answer. Number one, for the love of Christ, 7 out of the last 10 fucking events that you've done have had a typo in it that fucked it up. That's embarrassing. Fix your shit. But if you're not going to do that, and you're going to continue to have typos where shit's fucked up to artificially extend what would be a 2-hour event into a 3 or 4 or 5 day event and make yourself look good, then for the love of Christ, fix it on your own forums and then tweet it out on the official Elite Dangerous or on the official Frontier Twitter so that the entire community has a fair shot at getting to the thing at the same time. Do not continue your letting a private Discord know, oh, by the way, here's the real answer. Fuck everybody else. That's embarrassing. Please be better. Do better. You owe it to us. Do better. That's amateur hour bullshit. All right, let's start with Wolf has a comment and then Tweaked has a comment. Go.
So, of note, recently, the last oof they had with respect to a misspelling was in the names of the systems with memorials.
Oof.
So there seems to, like you said, there's a trend of QA QC slippage, or maybe not being done. I don't know. But one would think that, hey, this is an in-game thing. Here's a puzzle that's got to be solved. That's going to have more visibility and more reviewers, approvers, checkers, whatever word you want to use there associated with it, than opposed to, hey, if you want to go see the memorials, here's where to go. And too bad it's not TNA.
If you're posting this shit and you're a fucking $1.6+ billion company, maybe fucking spell check your shit and post it right. Tweaked.
Yeah, I'll agree with what you said, Kai, that Canon should not take any heat nor be blamed for this.
Dude,
this was a bad move on the...
Canon were fucking angels here. They went and immediately shared the information with the whole community the way that the community manager should have known to from the start. Canon are fucking heroes here. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. No, but I was going to say the days of doing it this way for Frontier should be over. Even if, given that the Canon was bad, but even having to put it on the forum, in my mind, is the wrong move. There are probably thousands of players that don't even ever look at the forum. There are plenty of ways that FDev could have put it in game. Put it on the launcher screen where you look at your ship in the docking bay. It tells you where you dock last and stuff. They could put it there easily. They could send every commander in the galaxy a message in our comms panel and get the information out that way. Not everybody goes to these Discords. Not everybody goes to the FDev forum, and there's no excuse for them not doing it in game anymore.
Canon,
I don't care about the money. I don't care that the first 10 guys out there were Canon and they got the money. I didn't need the money for future events like this. Frontier really needs to go back to the drawing board and figure out how they get this information out to us all.
Again, number one, spell check your shit to get it right at first. It's a fucking mystery that everybody's playing. But on the off chance that you do have a mistake, number one, tweet it. Number two, put it on the forums. Number three, put it in an in-game mail to every commander in the galaxy. And number four, put it on the launcher screen and do it all at the same time so everybody has the same shot.
Going to the forums thing where it might not have the visibility that they think it does. I didn't even have a forum account set up until I needed to be the one posting up the standing orders for turning the wheel. Like,
absolutely.
I would go and view, like you can go view it anonymously. But what there was for me to see, it's like, okay, this is a lot of, don't want to be involved in that, and just clicked it away and would just go watch their Twitter or whatever if I wanted to get quote unquote news.
Right on.
And then I found, bots, and I could just watch those feeds and didn't have to click anywhere. They all came to me in Discord.
So Mark Xanthius in Twitch has an interesting observation. It looks like, and he can't quite confirm it, but he thinks there was a message sent like in the comm panel. I'm curious if anybody else can confirm this from chat on either service, but
I didn't see it.
A correction was sent to people that had scanned it already, that would have showed up as a comm message. So it may have required you were, in game at the time that was sent. I'm not sure when it was sent out, or how long it persisted, or if it would sort of repetitively be sent out if you went and scanned the wrong message again. So it's a little unclear. Maybe there was some attempt made at doing something in game. Unclear how well the execution of it was.
Okay. Now, having said all of that, and I'll be honest, I was hot from the having it sort of like, come on, again with a typo on your events, like more than 50% of your event, like 80+% of your events have typos. Like, that's embarrassing. Fix your shit. Having said that, let me say it's kind of an awesome event. There were multiple steps to it. It was interesting. Like, aside from the fact that they, number one, broke it because they can't put shit out right, and number two, gave favoritism by giving the answer to one group over everyone else. If you can get past that, it was an awesome event. And I want to give a huge shout out to Remlock Industries. There is a French players group called Remlock Industries that are fucking awesome. They have people in there that put out good art. They have people in there that put out breakdowns on scientific stuff, including, and there's a link in the show notes to the Remlock Industries breakdown for this event. I think they were the first ones that put out a really good, like a phenomenal breakdown to this event. Roy, go ahead and throw that in the Twitch chat. I'm going to throw a link to it also in the YouTube chat so that both sides have this information. Huge shout out to Remlock. And you know what? Aside from the fact that they fucked it up, huge shout out to Frontier. It's a cool event. They did good. While we're shouting out Remlock Industries, I want to give a personal shout out to Gamayun, Gamayun 26 at Twitter for his amazing art. That's what we use as the official art asset for the Elite Week clips, the weekly clips where we break stuff out and share it with people. That came from this guy right here at Gamayun 26 on Twitter, who is a member of Remlock Industries. There is this very fucking cool French group that is, I think they're a big PlayStation 4 group, and they are like killing it on putting out stuff. So huge salute. And, you know, the only thing I know is, you know, Viva la guerre, Viva la legionnaire, like Viva la Remlock Industries. You guys are fucking awesome. So big salute to you guys. Great player group. I always like shouting out player groups that are sort of, you know, very, very good. Let's see here. So when you locate the Hesperus and you find not only the Hesperus, but also dredger ships, this is fucking amazing. And I want to give huge salute. As much as I sort of shat on Frontier 5 minutes ago for continuing to put out typos in every event that they put out, I want to give them a huge salute for this. Dredger ships, and a lot of people don't even have a clue, like dredger ships, what's that? Dredger ships were in the beta for Elite Dangerous, like 7-8 years ago, whatever. Forever ago, they were in the beta. They never made it into the live game. There are these huge, massive mega ships that have a big sort of weird force field thing in the front of the ship. And the lore is that it just sort of slowly goes through and it chews up nom, 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 anything that comes in front of it. It will destroy asteroids and ships and stations and anything that comes in front of it. It'll just chew through it, break it down to its components, and it takes those and it uses it as manufacturing materials to synthesize anything that the ship needs to keep it going. It's fucking amazing. In the show notes for this episode, we will have the wiki link, the fan wiki link for both the Dredger ship and the Dredger clans. The story is that these Dredger ships are these old outdated ships that were no longer sort of deemed useful by the major powers because they have frameshift drives now. These were pre-frameshift drives. And these Dredger clans sort of bought them up. Imagine like an old, like a very, very, very old cruise ship that was surplus that got sold off, and these weird cults and groups and clans would buy them. And you've got the Fago clan, which is hilarious to me because like Fago is like, you know, the what do you call those guys? The juggalos. They drink Fago in Detroit. It's like a cheap soda. But anyways, there's this like cannibal clan that flies through the galaxy just fucking people up if they get to them. In this particular case, the lore behind this event was that it was the Scrivener clan, which was these guys that like their job is they're making this sort of super duper knowledge base of like, oh, we keep all records, all knowledge, whatever. And they were going through and they have a weird emblem that looks to me very Raxla-ish, but like, yeah, super, super, super interesting. Tweaked, I know you went out and made a special trip out there. Why don't you tell us your thoughts on sort of all of this?
Yeah, that we did. Me, Totes My Goats, Plagued Reaper, a couple Opix guys, Low 200. We all made our way out there the very next morning after this information was discovered. And I gotta say, at first, I was expecting it to be right in the nav panel, like the ghost ships have been, all that kind of stuff, and it wasn't. You had to search around for it. Big props to FDev. While they may have tripped over their feet in the way the message got out, big prop for the event itself. Because as soon as you dropped into that asteroid field, you had to actually hit your brakes. You had to fly your ship because you're going to run smack dab into the Hesperus. And right from that moment on, it was cool as hell. The detail of the ships, the dredger was amazing looking. All the auto turrets, just the level of detail that FDev puts into this kind of stuff is second to none. And it's where they really, really shine. And we stood there, we scanned everything. We got our 2 million credits or our 10 free Void Opal reward message. And honestly, I was tempted to fly into the dredger to see if I thought what would happen would happen. And it gave me a shortcut home.
There you go.
He died. But it saved me the 19 jumps back to the bubble and boom, I was there. But what a great day of fun with a bunch of commanders that some new content to sink our teeth into, which we are sorely needing at this point on console, at least. And it was just good fun all around. Props to FDev.
This is where I prove I've been drinking way too much. Whenever I look at the dredger, I immediately think giant space catfish. Giant catfish that they go noodling for down south. And well, noodling's illegal because you could drown. Yeah, because you get your arm stuck in there and it just wants to eat it and nothing comes out unless you like wrestle it to the surface.
That's just Oklahoma. That's Okie noodling. Only place you see that is Oklahoma and maybe some parts of Louisiana. All right. So I know there's a lot of people in like England that are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just go to YouTube and type in Okie, O-K-I, noodling, N-O-O-D-L, I don't know, whatever. You're going to see these weird fucking rednecks shoving their arms in holes so that a big catfish will bite their hand, and then they clamp their hand down on the catfish and they yank it out of the hole, and they literally flop like a 40-pound catfish onto a boat. This is some weird fucking white trash redneck shit that you're praying to God you don't find a fucking eel, because he'll just clamp down and chew, or a turtle, snapper turtle. They'll just chew off one of your fingers, and that's why you get fucking weird ass rednecks running around with 8 fingers. Because yeah, all right. I'm probably just confused a bunch of people, but when you...
I have 8 fingers. Don't we all have 8 fingers? Sorry.
Yeah. You're from Oklahoma. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm just going to sum up the whole thing and say, yes, as always, Frontier fucked it up in how they do it. Stop doing that, please. But the event itself was cool. If they can start not having typos in their shit, that would be great. And it would make for very, very cool events. And again, unless anyone mistake my meaning here, Canon did no wrong. Canon actually did right by the community 100%. The community managers need to figure out their fucking job and post stuff where they're supposed to.
I should add real quick, Kai, sorry to interrupt, but I almost forgot. Big props to FDev too. The system that they had us go to pick up our reward, I had never been to it before. Some other people had, some hadn't. What a beautiful system. The system is right in a nebula. It's an asteroid base you got to go to. So big props to FDev for picking a spot that stands out like that. It was really a sight to see.
Hell yes. There's more to this story coming soon. The mysterious man of science benefactor that is sending you on these missions. And the way they talked about it, I asked them on the live stream on Tuesday, and they've responded like, oh, there's more coming, and it's coming soon. The way that they said it, I would not be surprised if within 2 to 3 weeks we're seeing the next something here. So be aware, like, okay, this is a continuing story. It's very cool. So big thumbs up.